live in one of the richest parts of the country, and yet, even to this day, there is not a time I feel richer than when I pick up our whole grass-fed beef from the butcher. It's the end of October here on the homestead, and the shifting of the seasons is upon us. The air is getting colder, the nights are coming faster, and even I'm feeling that natural desire to slow down and prepare for the winter ahead. I absolutely love this day. Organizing the chest freezer full of potential. Steaks on the bottom, roasts on the top, with a sprinkling of ground beef all in between. It's been months since we've enjoyed hearty pot roast, warm stews, and rich bone broth. As a young girl, I never paid much attention to the seasons, but as I've gotten older, I have learned to love and enjoy them to the fullest. I've also learned that a season is just that, and that it always has a habit of changing. I guess all this to say, for the first time in a long time, I am really excited for the quiet, slow, cold season ahead. Okay, so that's a wrap. I got my entire 2025 beef into my chest freezer. I'm really excited. This happens to be like one of my most favorite days here on the homestead, is getting our year's supply of beef put away and just seeing all the possibilities that we have for cooking ahead of us for the year. I think I also found a really neat way to organize this by putting all our summer steaks down below and then lasagnaing in the ground beef as we move up towards like the roast up top for the winter season that's coming ahead. The homestead has been really quiet lately. It's been raining but warm, and that has brought with it the most beautiful green grass over our pasture. Our California climate, even in the coldest of months, is abundant, bringing pomegranates, olives, mangoes, and citrus. And while there'll be some harvesting to do come winter, for the rest of the homestead, it's time to put it to bed until spring. So we're at the end of October and our first frost is projected for November 15th or so, I think, sometime in mid-November. So we are kind of rushing to get the last little projects done that have to get done so that everything is put to bed on the homestead. One of the major projects that I have to work on is covering our avocados and our mango trees. Last year, our trees died because we didn't do anything to protect them from the frost. And even our mild California frost just wipes out these trees because they're so young. And so I need to cover them. We actually tried to build like a mini greenhouse for each tree with some scraps that we had laying around the homestead. And we're still working on one. We made kind of like half of one.
All right, so we got the metal rib inside the bottom of our circular tree greenhouse. So it's gonna give it some structure and it's gonna hold the cylinder shape. We're gonna put 3 more rib bones as we go up the body of the tree house, and we'll keep a perfect cylinder.
I think it would work really, really well, but it's just taking a long time. And because we're at the tail end of November, I feel like I just need to cover up these trees with like traditional frost blankets and root protection. And then maybe as we have more time, we can go through and actually use that prototype that Ryan put together, because I think it'd be really, really cool. And that way we'll have freedom to not maybe work on that project that's going to take so much time to protect the avocados. We can work on other stuff on the homestead before the rains come in. One project that Ryan is working on right now is building a shed. Because we moved into this property and it didn't really have anything on it, we don't have any space to put stuff. And so this shed is really important. So he's working on building a fence between our neighbors, and then we're gonna have a shed go across all the way to the fence. This is important for a couple of reasons. The first is we could really use the storage, but the second is that our chicken boxes are on the other side of the coop. And so in order to access them, we want to be able to go into a shed and then open the boxes to collect the eggs. We also lost pretty much our entire flock of chickens last year due to a predator, and I think one way that they could have entered the coop is through those chicken boxes, so we want to make sure those are protected. So we need a shed there so that we can walk in and collect eggs that no predators can get into. But for today's project, I personally am going to be working on covering these avocados to make sure that they're protected for the winter while Ryan works on building that fence. Okay, so I'm going to be doing two different things. I went ahead and I bought these like little tree skirts on Amazon. They are supposed to protect the roots of the tree from getting frost damage. They're insulated, but they're also breathable, and they're supposed to be waterproof. And so I do have a drip line down here that will give the tree water, and then obviously it will rain around the tree, but this is meant to just protect those roots. I think last year when our trees died, it was really the roots that froze, and then the grafted part of the tree died, and what came back up was the rootstock, which is maybe like a hardier avocado tree. And so my goal is to protect the roots, and then once I'm done putting this down, I'm gonna put a tree blanket on top of it, so this whole thing will be covered so it's all protected for the winter. Okay, and I think at this point this tree is perfectly protected, so I'm going to move on to the next one. Okay, so this is our surprise avocado tree. It's doing so well during this time of year right now, and I'm going to cover it up. Okay, so right here is our bacon avocado tree. Normally this would be about the time that I'd be harvesting avocados from this tree here in Zone 9B, but I don't have any avocados on this tree this year, so I'm going to go ahead and cover it. This is going to be a little bit harder because it's such a big tree, so we'll tackle it one step at a time and see how it goes. Our last avocado tree. It is a Haas variety, and it probably wasn't the best to plant in our Zone 9B climate. I've just heard that people really struggle with Haas here, even though that's traditionally what you would buy in the grocery store. It hasn't put on new leaves since we purchased it, and it just kind of looks a little like, so I'm not sure how it's going to do. I'm going to cover it, and hopefully it will come back to life in the springtime. There's an egg. Oh, Lily, there's an egg in the chicken coop. Can I get it? You want to get it? Yeah. Jackson, come show them off.
This is an egg. This is an egg. This is an egg.
Were those the first eggs we've gotten? You've gotten the chickens?
No. Well, yes. But I got more.
You're gonna get more.
Yeah.
So that's the finished project for covering and protecting the avocado trees for the winter. This is like a huge relief for me because frankly I have just been so worried that we were gonna get a hard freeze early this year and then we would basically kill off our avocado trees. So I just feel better that we've attempted to find a solution to make sure that they don't die this winter. I still need to do our mango trees. So here are the 3 mango trees. This is a Kesar mango. I forget what this one is. I think it's a Manila mango. I have to look back to remember what that mango is. And then over here, I still have my ice cream mango, which has mangoes on it, but they're just not ripening up quite yet. I was told in the month of October that these should ripen up, so maybe with the weather, we have a little more sun in the forecast for the next couple weeks. These will ripen up. If not, I'll probably take them off sometime in early November so that I can cover all these trees and protect them just like I did the avocados. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging with us as we're putting our homestead to bed for the winter. We still have so many projects to work on, but everything's kind of slow moving and quiet and peaceful. Anyways, you guys, I hope that you're doing well and that you guys are also feeling peaceful and a sense of rest as we head into the holidays. I will catch you guys on the next video.
Alright, typically doors go on last, but on this shed I'm putting the door in first. This is the old door that we pulled off the barn and it's going to be repurposed on the shed. So the shed is going to be a 10 by 10 and it's going to come off the side of the chicken coop. So stay tuned, this will be the next video.